how does an £89 rangefinder from Amazon compare to a Bushnell Tour V3? So we've got a £300 plus rangefinder when it first came out versus an £89 laser rangefinder. How do they compare? Is this worth buying? Let's check it out. So here we have the Cigman laser rangefinder. So we bought this from Amazon. It was £89, laser rangefinder, and it gives us the same idea. It gives us speed measurement, angle measurement, distance measurement. It's got flag lock vibration, similar to the Bushnell. And let's crack it open. Let's compare the numbers and see if this is worth the £89. So I've never used one of these before. Might take a while. Let's see if we can open the box. So in the box, you can see here, we've got a carry case. Quite small, same idea as the Bushnell. Quite a small, nifty carry case, which is good. Comes with instructions. It's got something to clean it. And it's also got a little pouch that you can attach to your golf bag, anything like that. So that is what's included. So let's open this Cigman rangefinder up. Let's see how it looks. There we go. This is a Cigman, this is a Bushnell. That's them as a comparison. Similar size, same idea with the scope, and both very similar from face on. So you've got something like a Bushnell that's going to set you back over £300 just now, versus the Cigman on Amazon, £89. So first test, we are going to Bushnell and try and scope this skinny tree right here. So we're going to try that out just now. Let's go. First of all, we will go Bushnell first, so that will set the record. So we're up with the Bushnell, skinny tree on its own, 144 yards versus Cigman. And the Cigman is saying 145 yards. Next up, we've got a blue flag here just through the trees. That's what we're going to work out the distance to next. So we've got Bushnell standing in the same place. Bushnell is 57 yards, Cigman 56. So again, 1 yard out on both targets, but so far 1 yard apart. So with regards to having a Bushnell, I've had this V3 for about 10 years plus. Never had any issues with it. It's brilliant. I guess before this review would be the cheaper version. Might not catch the pin or targets quite as easily. Might not pin lock quite as well. I think the accuracy of it will probably be okay. I don't really see that being an issue, but I would imagine that certainly the longer ones might be a little bit more difficult to try and catch those kind of tricky targets. Skinny trees, 200 yard plus. We're going to test those out. I think it'll be good with the short ones, but probably the longer ones. So it'll be interesting to try out. I know a few guys who I teach, they've got the cheaper ones and they tend to be pretty good. So it'll be interesting to try them out side by side. I tell you what, there's an unusual thing that we're not used to seeing here in Scotland. It's November and the sun's out. Makes a change. So this time the target's going to be a lot further away. We are going to go for that blue flag in the distance. We can just catch it with the light. That's going to be the target this time. So longest distance yet. It'll be interesting to see what the numbers are on this one. Bushnell versus the Cigman CT800Y. The Cigman CT800Y. Not entirely sure if I'm saying Cigman correctly. I think so. Okay, here it goes. So Bushnell first. Let's catch that blue flag in the distance. So the Bushnell caught that quite quickly. 185. Let's go for Cigman. Actually looks easier to get with a Cigman. 188. Actually locked on quicker. And looking through it, there's definitely more to it. There's a sort of big target, a big crosshair. It's quite easy to use. Let's say 187 this time. And then 185, 186. Jumping about. Again, there's only 1 yard in it, which is crazy. 1 yard is nothing. Maybe for the tour pros, the extra half a yard or that half a yard might make a difference, but at most people's level, that's not. That's quite accurate, I have to say. It's pretty close. Target, we're at the 17th at Caprington Golf Club in Kilmarnock. Oh, we're on winter greens today. It was quite frosty this morning, so we've just stayed on the winter greens. So this is winter green at the 17th, and we'll find out the two again. So we're going to go Bushnell first yet again. So Bushnell is saying 112 yards. Switch to the Cigman is saying 110.2. But this one actually has, now that I've realised, this one actually has slope rating. So at the bottom inside the scope, it says 112. And then it says -2, and that's obviously taken into account that it's slightly downhill, so it's actually got a little bit of slope rating in it. So if you take into account that it takes off 2 yards, it's showing the exact same as the Bushnell. Pretty good. Might start using it actually. Don't see any need to buy like a Bushnell V6, which is the current model. My V3 is ancient. I don't see any reason to get that over this £89 model so far. I think the only thing, and we won't be able to test it today, is maybe the durability of the battery or the durability of the unit. It feels premium, it doesn't feel cheap. So I think it's a great buy. I would definitely do it. So what's the final verdict then? I think this is an absolutely cracking buy for £89. Obviously this one is quite old, so we're comparing something that's quite new to something that's quite old. However, I've been able to rely on my Bushnell for years, hence why it's not came out the bag. Yes, the new Bushnell is the V6, the 2023 model. Yes, it is well into the £300 range mark, so you're talking 350, 370. This one is £89 on Amazon. So in terms of such a big price difference, almost £300, I don't see any reason why you should buy something like this over something like this. If you don't have a laser rangefinder, if you need to replace one, this one is very good compared to this one. You could then spend your money on something else. You could get yourself some lessons. You could buy yourself some nice shiny new equipment that's going to make a difference. So Cigman, £89, highly recommend it, worth a try. Another feature with both of these, the Bushnell has a CR2 battery, which the pros are, if you have a spare battery mid-round and it runs out, you can pop that new battery in, so you're not going without it. However, the cons are that's going to cost more. The pros of this, it has a USB rechargeable port, so as long as you remember and charge it up, it's not going to run out mid-round. And obviously the pro of that would be that that's not costing you quite as much on batteries as this guy. Although I think in my lifetime I've maybe replaced the battery less than 10 times. And I have gone through periods of playing quite a lot of golf. So that's one of the features that differs between the two. But in terms of if I would recommend it, yes. If you like this video, make sure that you click the like button, smash the subscribe, click the notification bell, because we've got lots more of golf reviews coming, lots of golf tips coming, and thanks for watching.